If you're struggling to build habits, just know the problem isn't you, it's your systems. If you're like me, you've gotten really excited about starting a new habit before. You had all this motivation, the vision was clear, and then unfortunately you wound up disappointed because the habit didn't end up sticking. What went wrong? Are you not cut out for this habits thing? Were you not motivated enough? Or did some other factor get in the way? Whatever the case, don't worry, I got you covered. In this video, we're going to focus on 4 ways to build rock solid discipline. I've read pretty much every single book under the sun about habits, and I've seen a lot of themes that connect all of these books together. One of those major themes is systems. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the problem isn't you, the problem is your systems. What we're really doing here is designing for consistency. The more consistent you are, the more likely it is that your habit will stick. So if you look at the systems level and you design a routine that's rock solid and is built for consistency, then the chances are much higher that your habit will stick. Another theme is that tiny actions matter. Start small and then build from there. A lot of people get so excited that they go from 0 to 100, and then unfortunately in the long run they burn out and then the habit doesn't stick. Plant a little seed and then cultivate it and watch it grow. A last major theme is that emotions create habits. Whether you realize it or not, these habits that we're talking about have a lot to do with these behaviors that we're doing on a daily basis. And they're tied to our brains and how we feel when we're doing these actions. Everything changed for me when I realized that the likelihood that a new behavior would stick was directly tied to my happiness. The first strategy that I'm going to share that will help you build rock solid discipline is actually from a book that I read called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it's called An Implementation Intention. What this is a powerful if-then statement that increases the likelihood that you will complete an action. The way that it works is it helps you get specific about when and where you will do something. And the idea behind it is that it eliminates any need for making more decisions, and it decreases the likelihood that you're going to back out of the action because you already know how it's going to work. An example for you: if it is 5 p.m. on a Wednesday, then I'm going to go work out at the gym for 1 hour. Compare that with, I'd like to work out more during the week. Because the first example is so specific, the chances of you completing that action are much, much higher. You don't have to waste energy thinking about when you're going to do it or if you want to do it. You've already made that commitment to yourself. As long as you stay true to that promise, then this strategy has the potential to be a game changer for you as you try to take on new behaviors and cement them as habits. A second strategy that will help you build rock solid discipline is habit tracking. The idea behind this strategy is that you visually see your progress, and that makes a huge difference. Jerry Seinfeld is known as one of the greatest comedians of all time, and he attributes his success to his ability to write jokes every single day. He made a commitment to himself to write jokes as often as he could, and then he eventually realized that he just didn't want to break the streak. So an example of what this might look like is you might get a calendar and you decide that you want to do a new behavior, do a new action, and each day that you do that, you mark an X on the calendar for that day. You will eventually see those X's stack up and you'll become proud and happy, and you'll not want to break that streak. The beautiful thing about this strategy and the power in it lies in the fact that you will become more focused on the process rather than the end result. In a way, it's kind of tricking yourself because you're more focused on this streak that you've built up and you don't want to see it break. You don't want to lose that. A third strategy that will help you to build rock solid discipline is to start tiny. This one is so simple, yet it is so powerful. The idea behind this one is that when you start a new behavior or you start a new action, you start as tiny as possible. If you want to make a habit of going to the gym, but you feel like an hour is too long, then go for 10 minutes. See how ridiculous you feel going to the gym for 10 minutes. And then maybe the next day you'll decide, actually, I want to go for 15 minutes. And then eventually, if you keep going, you'll be like, actually, I can go for 30 minutes. No problem here. Most people would think that going to the gym for just 5 to 10 minutes doesn't really make sense or is just ridiculous. And you kind of trick yourself into thinking that you can build upon that and go a little bit more. You find a way to make it happen. Think of it this way. If your new behavior is a tiny little seedling of a plant, you're not going to dump gallons and gallons of water on this plant. You're going to cultivate it and give it just the right amount of water that it needs until it starts to grow and grow and get stronger. Before I share the fourth strategy, if you've made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. I'm actively trying to build a following and posting videos every single Friday that help you design a life of purpose. If you find any sort of value in these videos, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to my channel. Thank you. The fourth strategy that I'm going to share to help you build rock solid discipline is celebrate. Now, the idea behind this one is that we're tapping into the reward circuitry of our brain. I love this one because it's pure science. We may not be fully aware of all of the behaviors we're doing on a daily basis, but our brains are paying attention to how we feel when we're doing these behaviors. If we feel good while we're doing an action, then our brain is going to recognize those sequence of behaviors and then encode it. There's a direct link between how good we feel and the likelihood that we do that action again. So using this to our advantage, if we celebrate doing an action, or if we trick our brain and associate a good feeling with an action, then the chances are that it sticks are much, much higher. How you celebrate is completely up to you. It can be something as small as a smile, or it can be something as rewarding yourself with buying yourself something or doing something that you really enjoy that maybe isn't directly related to the action that you're trying to stick. What the celebration looks like doesn't matter. As long as you're associating a good feeling with this action, then you're going to take advantage of that direct link between feeling good and doing the action over again. Once again, if you're struggling a bit to create lasting habits, the problem is not you, it's your systems. The 4 strategies that I just shared help you to build systems that allow you to build rock solid discipline. Discipline is about self-respect, and it's about showing up for yourself and doing a favor for your future self. It's about commitment, it's about a love of the process and not the product, and it's about being married to the game. If you use these strategies and you build discipline, and then you're able to add all of these habits to your habit repertoire, you're eventually going to start affecting your identity. You'll start to see that who you are changes, and you'll start to become this person that you're trying to be through these tiny actions. Remember, focus on the systems, keep it tiny, and involve your emotions. If any of this has sparked your interest and has gotten you even more motivated, I conveniently made a video about how you can focus on just 4 habits, and those will affect every other habit in your life. Check it out right here in this link. Please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you.